Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery, and as always, but this time, back to my right,
Robin Diola.
greetings, Rob.
Greetings, Doug.
I was getting ready to say it's a lovely...
That sounds very vampire-like.
Yeah,
Greetings, Doug.
Greetings, Professor Falcon. Yeah, no, I was going to say Monday, but no, we are Tuesday.
It is not Monday. Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday recording day today.
You're kind of all over the place with me scheduling,
Yeah.
but we made it.
Squeezing them all in this week and then
Yeah.
leave town. But
You leave town, not me.
I'll take you with me spiritually. You'll be in my
Yeah.
heart.
There you go.
Like
Spirit
Phil
brother.
Collins said, you'll be in my heart.
Okay.
What movie was that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Tarzan.
But it's before my time.
Come on, man.
I'm joking.
All right. Well,
We're trying to bring the youth today, you know.
the youth.
But you did bring the youth today.
Not just the two youths. We got
What
four
about
of
four
them.
youths today?
Four youths. Yeah, we have, and we dabble with them on our on a video on our YouTube channel. But
did.
long ago, when they were all like a month old into their music, no, they weren't that young into their music, but they were very. They have come leaps and bounds from where they were earlier, and that is out of Katy, Texas. Garbage Girlfriend. Hello, ladies.
Welcome.
It's Christy, Evelyn, Liv, and Siona.
Cool.
And Siona, I didn't spell her name right earlier, I'm sure. Is that right, Band Mom? Yeah, I know. I tried. I got close.
You're from Louisiana. You're forgiven.
Yeah, my name's spelled
I don't know.
wrong.
You would think being from Louisiana, you'd be able to spell like a lot of really difficult words.
We got our own problems.
Yeah. I can't spell most of the parishes in Louisiana.
I know.
Yeah.
So, girls, how long ago did the band start?
I would say about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually 2.5 years ago.
No, it
I
was more
think-
like 3.
yeah,
but
I
when
think
I
'cause-
joined, it was 2.
Yeah, because you said it was during the summertime when it started. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all were Houston's
Dang.
young cover band girls.
Yeah.
But look at y'all now. Y'all got writing songs.
Did y'all meet in school?
We met at School of Rock, actually.
Oh, okay.
3 of us went to a School of Rock in Katy, and then one of us, Liv, went to School of Rock in Cypress.
Okay.
And we all met up at Battle of the Bands,
Yes.
where we all officially met each other.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so,
So y'all didn't fight, y'all different, no. Rivals.
no, there's no wars.
I know, because I asked them, I asked them when they told me, that was a question I had to ask, Garbage Girlfriend. I'm like, man, you hear like ex-girlfriends trashing, their
Yeah.
current girlfriend is garbage. They said, no, that had nothing to do. Tell me about why the name Garbage Girlfriend?
So a long time ago, 3 years ago, I broke up with my first boyfriend, and he sent me this very, very, very long text.
Oh, yeah. I remember it now.
And at the end of it, he said, "Evelyn, you're a pretty awesome person, but a pretty garbage girlfriend, hence the band name."
Yeah, that's
Yay.
cool.
Now, listen, this girl is only...
I'm 17.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been dating. No, I locked mine up as long as I could. No, these are kids. I mean, this is impressive. Today we're talking about. I met y'all maybe a year and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they have come leaps and bounds, and now they're losing, but not losing their first member to college. So the rest of them are still stuck in high school.
Sadly. Well, I'm still going to be like right here.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same
She's not going far.
rehearsals.
No, she's going
Not
to
gonna
U
go
of
far.
H, so that's
Okay.
not bad at all. But okay, y'all decided to form a band, start jamming together. Just probably what it'd come out as, just jamming together, or
So surprisingly, none of these are original members except me.
That
So,
happens in
Most
bands.
original
I would
members.
no
say
way.
the closest is
Yeah.
Siona, honestly.
Every big band you see, I can guarantee y'all, there's a graveyard of people there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
100%.
Oh yeah.
That's just band business, man.
But originally, I think I just genuinely wanted to start a band. I mean, I was in School of Rock house band. We all were, and the thing was they were teaching you how to be in a band. So I was like, I want to do this on my own. I want to get a bunch of girls together, kind of jam, but gig eventually, hopefully become something big. And 3 years later, we're here right now. So
Boom.
Yeah.
Are you hitting the drums harder?
yes, I am.
Oh, yes, she is.
Oh, we can promise you she is.
You are a
Is
beast on the
Sienna
drums.
still complaining?
Yup.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
good. I told her to be herself.
Siona
Yeah.
and I both sit next to Evelyn in rehearsals. She's
Oh
on
my
one
God.
side and I'm on the other, and we're both complaining all the time. So I promise you, she's hitting them drums harder.
Every complaint
Good.
makes me hit
God,
harder.
we just got
Good.
Yeah.
we
Like,
just
well-
got in-ears, which has been saving
Oh,
my ears.
yeah.
But before that, after we did rehearsal, my ears would ring for a day.
Yeah.
That calls for.
If
Protect
we,
your ears. That's really
Yes.
because I'm struggling with that right now with the constant ringing. It's no fun. Trust me.
Now, Christy, when did you start playing guitar?
That is a great question. I think the exact date was March 31st, 2021.
Dang.
She remembers the
I know.
No, the reason
How do you remember that?
reason why is because
is insane.
my dad was in my first lesson with me and he took a bunch of pictures and I was going through the pictures I think like maybe a month ago and it had the exact
Oh,
date
okay,
on
cool.
it. So
Okay.
that's
That's
the
a
reason why.
good way to chronicle it. Yeah.
Okay. They went from doing, and we'll get into originals and stuff like that, but they used to do covers and they changed it up though. They did a cover of Bodies.
Yeah.
And
Recently.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and I showed that to CJ at we were at Trees for some event. I can't even remember what it was now. And when I heard I've heard a lot of people cover Bodies before, and I wanted to ask CJ this a long time ago, but I don't know what it is about that. He's like a reverb or a hum in his guitar when he first starts the solo.
Huh.
I'm not talking in. I don't know what it is. It almost sounds like it's shaking, and that's the first time I've heard anybody play it exactly like
Really?
that. Yeah, I was like, God damn, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to doing covers, I'd say I'm probably out of all of us the person that wants it to sound exactly like the song. So if I don't, I'm like, I don't want to do the song anymore because I
Yeah.
want to play exactly like the song because I don't want to disrespect the artist.
No,
That's my biggest
but
thing.
listen to this. Y'all are coming into your own. You're starting. How many songs have we written now?
6.
Wow.
But,
That's
like,
unbelievable.
When we think about it, that's like we have way more than that.
We've
Like
written
in the vault is what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they learned, and they're working with Malcolm Springer up in Nashville, Tennessee, producer, which is fantastic. And also, I had lunch with Paul Crosby, and he was excited about y'all. I talked to him last week.
I'm
Yeah,
so excited to work with them.
yeah. So and I would suggest no, it's not my place to suggest you be yourselves first off. Don't listen to
Yeah.
anybody, but don't ever be afraid of taking somebody else's song and putting a new twist on it. Because I've heard some, one of my friends in Dallas who's passed now, but I remember the first time, it's a band called Rivethead in Dallas. And they have they have like 9 albums. I mean, they have some good music, a lot of industrial metal. And the first time I met him, right before I met him, I knew his girlfriend. And he sent me a text. He goes, "Oh, yeah, we do this. We cover Justin Timberlake." I was like, they had their own stuff. Now, I thought he was joking, but they do, what's Justin Timberlake's?
Sexy Back.
Sexy Back. But they twist it. It is a very metal song the
Yeah.
way they do it. Yeah. I mean, look, there's a band called Cage 9 that it takes the, everybody's familiar with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The intro, the cello, which I love. Cage 9 is a band. You can look up, Google Cage 9 Game of Thrones. They do a badass cover on there. I mean, it is so fantastic. So, yeah, don't ever be afraid of taking something with somebody else's original idea and make it a little bit different, because otherwise they can listen to your, not that there's anything wrong on covering, because the crowd loves it. You throw them a bone like that, and most bands do. I mean, even big bands cover other big, Disturbed covers Genesis and everybody else in their stuff. So, yeah, do that. But yeah, don't be afraid to put a little twist on it. Be you. I mean, y'all are creative enough. Y'all are coming to that stage, and your self-confidence is compared to where, when you first started, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Evelyn,
Yes.
so you've talked a lot already, but yeah, apparently your parents have been very supportive of your dream.
They have. We honestly would not be in this position right now without my parents, because first off, my dad is a huge technical help. He's the one doing
God,
our
yes, he
in-ears
is.
right now.
He's the Jim Moore of Katy, of the west side of
Yes.
Houston.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's helping us with all of that. He and the other dads are kind of our roadies. They help us mainly with the setup. They make gig days way easier. And then huge props to my mother, our momager. My mom, she does our socials. She gets us gigs. She makes sure we're protected away from weird people.
That's huge important.
Yes.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So my mom has the best interest in us. All our parents too have contributed. So we are very grateful and lucky because a lot of kids our age and other bands don't have this. So
Yeah, and Paul will do a good job of keeping an eye for you. He'll put you all in
Yes.
some good positions.
we are
so,
really excited for Paul.
yeah. And only if your parents would like open up their own School of Rock, it would be such a great idea.
Actually,
On that subject.
coming around this August, we are opening School of Rock Fulshire.
Wow.
Yes.
I keep giving it grief because I know I'm just like, come on, where's it at? And also Liv,
Yes.
your dad plays guitar.
Oh yes, he does. He never
Oh.
stops.
Yeah, he
That's pretty cool.
he plays with Jordan's dad,
Oh, okay. In the Cypress,
Yeah, Cypressville.
Cypressville. That's right.
Cypressville Hill. No, it's Cypressville.
Yeah.
That's the name of the band. I just played with it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen your dad play then. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just joined a new Deep Purple tribute band called
Oh.
Burn.
He did.
Okay. Yeah, with
And I always
Frank
wanna-
Roberto on
Yeah.
bass. Yeah.
And I always want to go see these bands, but man, it just schedule wise it's crazy. But I see them, I'm like, yeah, like the Harrises. I want to go see them play, but
Yeah.
I haven't been.
And now I'm restricted to only going to bars that do not smoke. So that really cut a lot of
Yeah.
shows out for me, you know.
Or and preferably bars that have air conditioning, right?
Air conditioning. I just played my second show with no air conditioning.
Oh.
It literally broke my oxygen machine.
The pub on
Pub 529. We
it
got
went-
there
It
and
just went down apparently that
yeah,
night. So they were running a Rob special.
and we played in Galveston, Indies. It's Indies Coffee.
Yeah, Indies Coffee.
Yeah. They got a cool little stage too. If y'all want to check that out, maybe
That's cool.
it's in Galveston, right off 61st, 45. It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It's a
Real
good-
friendly people. The guy's a military Marine, owned and operated.
Yeah, him and his
place.
wife. Yeah, him and his wife run the deal. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good place. But Liv, what about So tell us, where are your parents from again?
So both of my parents are from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil,
Oh,
and I was born there as well. So the only American in my family is my little brother.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the accent
Yeah.
because they snuck her here pretty quick.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got here?
I was 3 years old.
Okay.
so-
Yeah. So you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, you've really matured as far as vocals. I mean, it's come day and night. You know, it was a little kid that was getting up there at first, and now she's growing into a woman.
Yeah.
and-
I
and
think the
learning-
first time I saw you had braces. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
And that probably changed a lot, right? Your vocal sound.
I mean, yeah, it was insane because like we would always joke about how like on stage I looked completely different because I never smiled when I was on stage, and then off stage I would never stop smiling. You could see all
Yeah.
my little
look like a
braces,
little
so I looked
kid.
like a little kid.
That's cool though.
That's right. It is. And when did you start singing? I guess that would be my question.
I mean, I've been singing since forever. Like I have a very musical family, especially my dad's side, because like he plays guitar, he's proficient in bass, and he can play the drums as well, and keyboard and piano. And my dad's younger brother plays the drums like all the time. So I've been singing since I was really little, but my parents put me into School of Rock when I was about 6 or 7 years old. So
Oh,
that's when I
wow.
started taking lessons,
God, that's
very cool.
That's very good.
Vocal lessons or instrument?
vocal lessons.
Vocal. Okay.
Yeah.
Having supportive parents is a good deal.
That makes
You
a
know?
big
Very
difference,
much so.
though. It really does.
God, it's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sienna. Now it's your turn. The
Siona,
Siona.
not
You-
Sienna.
It's close enough.
Something.
Sienna's a different
I've
name.
had people call me all types
Sierra.
of things.
No,
Malcolm call you Fiona.
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 From
Yeah.
Shrek.
I could see that. Yeah.
Now you're getting ready to. Well, he's got lots of little kids, so
Yeah.
they've been watching too many Shrek movies, But they
And when you get older, you start like just trying to come up with something you can remember.
Oh, really?
yeah,
Get old man brain.
that's all the time. Yeah. Now what about you getting ready to start college this fall, huh?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yay. Yeah, there's she knows well of, and she's going into architecture, which, God, it's a very time consuming
But
field.
fun.
But it's no, it
That
is
is a cool-
Let me tell
cool
you,
thing,
it's fantastic. I have friends in that field, like I said, and they love it. They people that join that program are very dedicated to do it. So I'm sure you'll do fine.
And also something really good is to have something to fall back on, right?
Yes.
No matter what, you always have that education behind you.
Professional degree is
Yeah.
always.
It's so tough to make it in the music business. You know, you really have those goals, but you have to be just realistic sometimes and have a safe,
Yeah.
safe thing to fall back on, and that's never a bad idea, So
Yeah, you can't sell your music catalog when you're 25. I mean, it's just you have to wait a few years,
Yeah.
But no, that's great. You're starting at University of Houston, and it's not too far away, so you can pop there and pop back.
did you not want to go
I did.
out of state?
I did. I stayed because of Garbage Girlfriend.
Wow.
Yay!
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Originally,
commitment.
I wanted to go from out of state. I wanted to go to California, but
Oh, we
I
glad we
was too
kept you.
scared.
Yeah, don't
glad-
go to California now.
We glad we kept you.
Yeah,
But
U of H is a good program.
Oh yeah, they have a great architecture program.
Yeah.
so when did you start?
Playing music.
And you're a bass player.
I am a bass player. I'm a bass player and I do backup vocals.
Okay, yeah.
I actually played piano when I was very little. I started that probably like 3rd grade.
Wow.
And from there, I just like kind of switched instruments. Like in middle school, I played flute and band and I was first chair.
Oh wow.
Oh
Thank you. For 3 years. And then now I play bass. So yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
What attracted you to the bass?
Guitar seemed like a lot of work.
It is a lot
Too
of
many
work.
strings.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the most Sienna answer.
Yeah, that is. That
And
definitely is.
Also, I really like the low tone, and I like that I can shake the whole room with one note.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very attention grabbing, and that's super fun. But yeah, I've been playing for maybe 4 or 5 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, I started 8th grade, and I'm graduating. So yeah.
Very cool.
So what have y'all noticed in yourselves? Since y'all started working with Malcolm. In other words, professional. Since you've become professional, what'd you notice from Sienna? We talked about stuff, but I mean, just because it's different from when you're just playing in the room with your friends, and then and that's great. That is, and that's why so many people play for so long. It's still a great release, and they love it. But getting together where you have to be professional about something, and you're gonna have to change something. You don't want to change who you are because this is what got you here to begin with. But but accepting or taking the guidance from somebody who's done it a billion times, and that's a big step to take. But I mean, how did y'all do it? I mean, I know it was at first. I know it was a little bit hit your drums harder.
Yeah.
Fiona's complaining, but somewhere, you get to stay you get to keep who you are as an individual, but make it work with that machine that's, putting all this
That's
together.
probably the biggest fear is like losing yourself because somebody else is trying to like drive you.
Yeah.
That was a big fear of mine actually
Yeah.
when we first started.
Yeah, that was.
I remember I started getting pretty frustrated just how it felt like a whole lot was happening and things
Yeah.
were changing and it wasn't what I originally wanted to be playing when
Yeah.
I joined the band, and because we've experimented a lot with our genre. We've been playing a bunch of different covers, honestly, from literally everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We've played Scooby-Doo to
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We've played
Wheels on the
a
bus.
lot, yeah.
Man, I wish.
Yeah.
But working with Malcolm,
So I think
it
that's
really-
normal, though,
Yeah,
to
it
feel
really
that way.
helped us solidify what we wanted to play and what we want to sound like.
Yeah.
He really helped us with that, and he helped us a lot in just the song making process. He really helped us kind of stay on topic, right?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you for seeing that and trusting in that thing. It's a big step, and especially when, people do it at an older age. Y'all did it at very young. So, it's, you just get into a comfort groove of how to do something when you're young and you feel good at it.
It's more important to learn it at this age. Though,
Always,
'cause
of course it
you're
is.
more impressionable.
But somebody
When you
wants
get
to make
old,
you change. You're like, what?
You get older, you don't want
know?
to change anything.
Yeah.
You're like,
So,
I wouldn't necessarily say Malcolm changed me, but he made me understand that something in my head can be turned into something beautiful. Because like
That's
I
cool.
don't know what's going on inside of my brain, but like there's
Hamster.
they said my brain is like a hamster rolling on a, what is it called? Like a treadmill, like a little
I know what
wheel.
you mean.
But Malcolm sees very like a lot of potential in us, and I really appreciate that. And it's like we're all so young. Like I'm still 15,
Yeah.
and it's just like being in that studio, just like wow. Like there's people like that are like maybe 20 years older than us that are doing this, but we're at such a young age doing this, and it's just it makes me feel warm. It makes me
Yes,
feel so
that's
happy.
awesome.
That's really
That's the way it should feel.
It's like yeah.
And girls, look, it's a
When you're around people that don't make you feel like that, that's when they're not the right people.
yeah, and it's
Period.
it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it takes time again and again. And I've said it before with going up north, and I told this to other bands before. You know, I went up north, and my friends that were at I was north of Columbus, in Delaware, where they're from, and they were playing music. I said, "My brother's playing. Why don't you come out?" I said, and I just drove like 1,100 miles. I was tired. I was gonna go lay down. Now, this is early in the year. But by the time that Madden came out, so we're talking about, it was around February because around Super Bowl, I was up when the Saints played in 2011, I believe. Now, it might not have even been that year, but it was right around that time frame. But between that and when Madden came out for the new season, I was like, "What the hell is this?" I heard this band and I saw the name on it. The name of the band was 21 Pilots. At the time,
my God.
At the time, my friend Megan Thomas, her brother was in the band. But guess what? Guess what?
What?
Between the time that they were playing right there, 21 Pilots is a little local band in Delaware, to the time that they were on Madden and they blew the hell up, he had left the band. Nick had left for whatever reasons. If you look at the members, he's in there. And he still does some stuff with them now and then, I believe. But it just goes to show you that you never, ever know. If you don't like something that's not comfortable in your group, try and work out something that, you know, to stay with the original project that y'all worked on, you know, all this time. Don't be willing to bail out on your dream or whatever. Just, you know, make it work.
I think you should just enjoy the journey, man.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
life changes you, you know, and things can happen, and your life changes in a minute, you know. And
you never know when you could be, things could, you know, flip or something like that. But I'm just saying that's a good example of staying the course, you know.
and bands, man, they change all the time. It's just
Especially
it's
at
just
y'all
a
age,
thing.
so young.
yeah, it's like boyfriends, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Come and go.
Stay away from boys, all of y'all. Never talk to boys.
I think the thing with Malcolm too, from what I noticed, he helped us figure out each other as a band. Because the hardest part, I would say, for us, from my observation, was the I guess Malcolm boot camp process, where we go for 3 days for 13 hours and just write with him. And it more so tested us as a band and how well we work with each other. And I would say at the start, at the end wanted to end up killing each other, and the car rides home were very, very silent.
I kind of was wondering about that. I was wondering about that.
But at the end of it, though, it was actually really cool to see how well we came to know each other and realize whenever we pushed one another too far or we weren't hearing the other in the music making process. So it helped us grow not only as personal musicians, but as a band, because it made the songwriting process so easier because we got out all the ugly stuff, all the fighting and the nitpicking, and it became just smoother to write with.
I remember hearing stories early on, and I was thinking to myself, God, they're riding back, and today it's her fault. Today it's her fault. Everybody's being silent, but that's great. How does it feel to be writing your own songs now?
It's so crazy because this is the stuff that we dreamt of as kids. This is stuff that you read on Taylor Swift's Wikipedia page that she started writing at this age. You don't think that this is going to happen to you. So it's insane to me that things that we've thought up in our heads, like Christy was saying earlier, are just out, are there. And it's it's something that exists and it's real. Christy's guitar lines, Evelyn's drum things.
Drum things.
That's the rhythm section right there.
Siona's bass lines and my lyrics,
And melodies.
yeah, it's absolutely crazy insane because you never think that this is going to happen to you, but it just happened to happen with us. And like we were all saying before, like the songwriting process for us tested us so many times. But I can say that like before, these were some of my best friends. And then after that whole process, these are my sisters.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they become family,
Like
right?
that, we became, it was hard and we were tested and there were trials, but that's why we're family. Because
Hey, those rides on the way home, those are the things that songs are made of.
exactly. Exactly.
You're just writing down
I know,
stuff.
right?
Now, Chrissy looks like she's getting ready to burst. I know you got something to say
I do. Oh,
about songwriting. Is that it?
well, okay. I can talk about the process of how we write our songs. So, basically, Malcolm, from what our process was with Malcolm was like, "Hey, Christy, do you have anything in mind?" And if I do, I would show him. Boom, new song. But if I don't, Malcolm would just start playing random notes that aren't even the same key. Then I would just go based off of that. Then Siona would come in. Liv would make me play the same riff for about an hour, just trying to figure out vocals. That was about
that
5
was
times.
like every song.
Yeah.
And I had to help you with the melody sometimes.
Yeah.
You were just like,
And then Evelyn's
Yeah.
just sitting in her kit, just sitting there. She's just patiently waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 2 seconds.
She was just sitting in her hole.
Yeah.
yeah, on your phone.
Yeah. It was a very difficult process, but it was also fun in the making.
Yes.
That's good. I mean, yeah, this is a great experience for y'all. You know, no matter where you go in your lives, you'll always remember that. You've got to work with somebody who's very well respected in Nashville, and you've got Paul running, management right now. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I've always looked at music like you always have things in your life that you gain and you lose all the time, and things come and go all the time, but your music is always yours. Like no one can take that from you.
Yeah,
Ever.
you creating
Ever.
when you put these songs out, you're creating something, that'll be there for the length of time.
But that's recording. But like in your head, you always have that music, right?
Yes.
Like no matter what you're doing, probably all day you're hearing that music,
Yeah.
and that's like no one can ever take that from you.
I just
and I think that's pretty sweet.
I just have, and I agree. I have a lot of respect for musicians, obviously, but I think when you put out a song, it's just something like that. It'll be here well longer than any of us will be here, including y'all. Even though you have,
I've never
90,
done
100.
recording. All these years, I've never done recording. Just
So much fun.
I'm just like I just want to jam.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I just want to make
makes
some
sense.
noise.
Yeah.
That's just been always me.
he spends a lot of time on it. Trust me.
I do.
But so do we have a timetable?
Release dates. Any of that?
No, we don't have to. We do not have to say anything if we're not ready to say it yet. Oh no, I know there's a process going on right now.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah, we don't have any dates right now, but we know that there will be music.
Absolutely. You got already 6 in the hole, so
Yeah,
There will be music at some point in
Yes.
time.
cool.
yeah. Didn't he tell
In the
me?
near future.
Didn't Malcolm tell me he was coming back? Is that right? True or false?
Oh,
Momager?
I have no clue.
Maybe for their July.
What's the one in the middle? That's not true or false. Maybe.
There's
Perchance?
There's
Perchance.
maybe,
Perchance is the right word.
Perchance, iffy, so.
I'll see him next week.
And where are y'all recording at?
So we did.
Oh yeah, okay.
Most a good chunk of our recording at Magic Studios.
Yeah.
But because of like high school, obviously, we didn't get enough time to properly record everything in the studios. So we had the amazing opportunity to be holed up at Magic Studios. Shout out to Kareem. Thank you so much for letting us use your studio. And then that's where we got most of Evelyn's drum tracks. And all of them.
wow.
I apologize. That was bad on me. We got all of Evelyn's drum tracks, and then we got some of Christy's guitar
Yeah, we got a lot of
tracks.
my rhythm. A lot of okay, yes, yeah. Funny story. So the process after recording in the studio, Malcolm made me record in a bathroom. So I was sitting on
have pictures of
a
this.
toilet while playing, and I didn't like it. I didn't
was
like
different,
it.
though.
Yeah,
And there are photos of this.
We
Oh,
have to
yeah.
bribe her
Funny.
for the photos.
That's
For
awesome.
The end
I'd
of
about,
time.
I'd about imagine. Yeah, this is going to be experiences y'all never forget.
Yeah.
So.
Never ever.
I don't think I'll forget that.
Because we did the overdubs in my house, so it
Yes.
was really funny to just come home from high school and just see the setup happening,
yeah.
and then
See
a
Malcolm
random
in
band
there with
member,
his zing.
and then a random band member at my house just playing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, and then I can
Yeah.
go and do homework or just sit in. So
Like we would be at her house. I'm not joking. I think there was one time I was there from 7 in the morning until 11 p.m. at night.
Wow.
yeah.
And I didn't leave, not once, except maybe to go to Starbucks.
Us-
Oh
us-
yeah, I took her to Starbucks.
That was the day I recorded in the bathroom.
Yes.
I saw you at the beginning at the 307 compound, and they looked like they were beating.
yeah.
Weren't you sick one day, Liv?
Oh my,
my
gosh.
She
Yes,
looked like
I
she
was.
reached death's door. It was really funny.
I was like pale. It was awful. Because that was when.
You were in that blanket all
Yes.
day.
I'd like, if there's pictures of this would be so much. But like, thank you so much, 307. They let us not only use their space, but their food and their blankets.
Yes,
and
we invaded
kept
their
us
space
warm.
for months.
But I was wearing like I had 2 pairs of pants on, 2 pairs of socks on, a
That's
shirt,
right, that's- yeah,
another
no.
shirt, a hoodie, and 3 blankets and a beanie, and then I had both my hoods on.
I remember that now. Yeah, there was a time when Malcolm would come down and there would be some medical emergency for somebody that was involved. I think the first 3 trips he came. So let's hope that that's over with. But yeah.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Well, what else? What else do you have to say for yourself? When are y'all playing again soon?
June 21st at Huntsville with Crushing Plains. We're so super excited. It's going to be our first time playing with Crushing Plains, so this is a big opportunity. We're really excited.
Good deal.
At 12th Street Bar.
I know that.
Oh, that's a cool place. Yeah.
And then we have our super, super big show, July 26th at Warehouse Live. We're going to be playing with Screaming Insecurities, Just Fan Fiction, and Shasti. We are so excited. July
Okay,
26th.
yeah.
So
Very good.
excited. We've gotten to play Warehouse one time before, and it was a dream. It felt like
Yeah.
all of my little like pop star dreams came true. It was so cool, amazing.
That place used to not have a roof on it, and
Right.
and Drowning Pool was playing there, and it started to snow.
I would love to play in the snow.
One of the rare times it snows in Texas.
No, you don't want to do that.
But it
Yeah.
won't be snowing when y'all play.
No, it's going to be
It'll be still
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, that's the only complaint.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it was insane too because we had like 500 people the last time we
Yeah.
played.
We actually had us and Shasti had the highest amount of people. I think
right?
For a local band.
For a local
Yeah,
band.
that's cool.
So
I
it
saw
was-
the pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah,
I
it's
felt
cool.
so special. It was.
I know.
I normally don't get nervous for gigs anymore, like at all, because School of Rock, it's just I come
Yeah.
here, I go and have fun. But whenever I looked out on the stage for
Oh my God,
sound
my
check,
stomach dropped.
the
I
sea
know,
of
right?
people, I was like, oh, okay.
And then there's like the incredible experience of like we're like 2 songs in and they're singing the words back to us.
That's cool.
Yes.
And I remember I turned and looked at Christy, and then I turned and looked at Siona, and I couldn't really turn and look at Evelyn since she was behind me, but I was mentally giving her a look, and I was like, "Is this real or am I like dreaming? Like, am
Yeah.
I having a dream right now?"
Now remember, always keep the same attitude, keep the same humble attitude that y'all, from day one all the way up. I think everybody in Houston saw what somebody wrote on a door at a venue recently.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that story.
Well, I'll tell you later. Yeah, it's something that if you ever want to play at another venue again, don't ever do something like that. Yeah, be respectful, and you never know the person that you're with today that's doing this club. He might have his own venue one day, and you'll need to, so be good to humans on the way up. And I'm sure that's not going to be a problem for any of y'all. Not right now, not until you get all coked out and no, I'm just kidding.
Never.
Don't.
My mom would disown me.
Our momager would kill each
I
and
think
every one.
all of our parents would collectively get together and just kill
Good.
us
No,
all.
y'all are good kids. Y'all will be
Stay
in
away
good
from the
shape.
drugs.
And we are very thankful to every band that
Mm-hmm.
has ever helped us get here. 307 Departure, Lucid Illusions, Shasti, every single band that we played. Thank you to
Rosie,
y'all
too.
too. Rosie especially.
We love Rosie.
We love Rosie, BFFs. But every single band, every gig, especially this one gig that we played that kind of changed the trajectory of our lives at Discovery Green. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
was-
that.
yes,
Yeah.
that was
Turning point.
huge.
Meeting Lucid and 307.
I remember because whenever we went to go play, we saw Lucid and 307 play, and we were like, "Oh,
We have to go after that.
We have to go into that." So we like all went and group huddled and like changed our set, changed our 5 songs, and we're like, "Okay, we have to pull
did.
this off. We have to make a great impression." And I remember going up there and just playing like crazy. Like it was like, oh, this is a whole new band.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
It
like
was-
they unknowingly helped us play better that night.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember us all talking in that little group huddle and being like, thank God we are not in that like
In the competition.
because
Yes.
we would be dead last after
Like we were like, thank you.
Yeah,
so
wasn't that
much.
like 94.5 the Buzz deal? Well, I thought Discovery Green was itself too. I thought that was something they did.
It was KPRC
KPRC
Crawfish.
Crawfish.
Fest.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yes.
right. There was TV on that. Okay.
It was amazing. Like I think if you look at the timeline of us as a band, like all 3 years, I think in my opinion, especially after I came into the band, because I was in there for like 3-4 months at that time. Mm-hmm. For me, that was like turning point, because after that everything changed. Like we became close with 307. We networked really well with 307, Lucid Illusions, all of these bands that had played, and we a few weeks later we got the opportunity to play the last gig that Acadia Barn
Yeah.
ever had.
Yeah, that's where I saw you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, after that, we were just on the rise, and
Yeah.
like that was a big moment for us.
I was wondering who brought down Acadia, but now we know. No, I'm just teasing.
Now we know.
No, I'm
I do have a
teasing.
poster. For
we
this.
have the
We do.
banner.
Oh,
we
Um,
have the
the banner.
poster.
Yeah, there's something big. Acadia has like a huge place in my heart, especially. So I remember there's this one night where we had a gig at Acadia. It was probably one of our, like at the time, that was probably our best gig. And I remember that night, like all the all the parents are at the bar, they're having the time of their lives. They're chilling, and my mom tells my brother to bring me and my sister home. So on our way home, we got into a very, very severe car accident, and my sister had to get very bad surgery, and my brother fractured like something in his back. And
Jesus.
yeah, I had a bad, very bad concussion, and I remember I had to go back to Acadia to play that show because I think it was one of the last gigs before they shut it down.
No, it was the last gig.
That was good.
No, like not well. I had to go back to go play the last gig. Before the last gig, the car accident happened. It happened February of last year, and so it obviously has a special place in my heart. So one of our songs that we recorded, we've never played it live before, but I wrote a song called Acadia.
Oh wow.
And it's about about the car accident, how I got through it, and I wrote the lyrics. I like to say I practically wrote the entire song, but
did.
I was
really.
wondering where that
Yeah.
song came from. I was trying to
Yeah.
think of why did this come? So now I know.
yeah.
Okay.
We haven't played it live. I showed my siblings it. I think we were on our way to McDonald's and we just started crying. It was really funny. It was very emotional.
You needed a Happy Meal.
We did.
sure.
I really needed that Happy Meal. I think I had
Yeah.
ice cream after that. No, yeah, but I personally, it really has that song has a very, it's very deep in my heart, and I'm very glad that these girls recorded it with me, and it means a lot to me.
That's awesome. Do y'all? That's one question I want to ask before I forget. Did y'all all do a little bit of something on the songwriting? I mean, yeah. And you know what? The good thing is you learn that part. Everybody's getting a little teaching lesson, on how to do it. So that's good. Stay active in it. Don't ever, always keep one finger in it because that's important.
They're crushing it, man.
Yeah, we lots of friends when they get older, they sell what's called publishing rights. It's always a good
Oh,
idea
yeah.
to have something on the your name in there somewhere with the writing. So yeah, y'all keep working at that.
Yeah, and I think something really special about like the songs that we wrote is that each part is so uniquely us.
Yeah,
Like
I 100% agree.
as individuals, and then also when it all comes together and gels as a group. Because like Christy wrote all of her guitar parts, Siona wrote all of her bass parts, Evelyn wrote all of her drum parts, and I wrote a good chunk of the lyrics and most of my melodies. Except for when Siona had to help me a few times because I was like,
I'd say we worked on the melodies a little bit, but you definitely did like all the lyrics except for Acadia.
except for Acadia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, I feel like that's one of the reasons why this EP is so special to us because it's so
The chemistry's there, right?
exactly.
So it's all working.
It's very personal and like very intimate.
Yeah. That's
You
cool.
all have a very unique thing going, girls. I think
Thank
that's
you.
Thank you.
girl power. I think it is very good. Like I said, and give us some socials where we can find y'all, and then
Garbage Girlfriend Band on everything.
Yes.
Yes.
At Garbage Girlfriend Brand, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Follow us on all the things because we post probably like, if not every day, once or twice, 3 times a week.
And we also have a website, So go check that out, Garbage Girlfriend Band, and also personal shout out there. I also have a website, Evelyn Drummer Girl. So go check that out.
Of course you do.
Okay, you
Okay.
have to plug yourself in there.
There you go.
Personal plug.
Yeah, and we will get as that music's released, we will trumpet it from our site as well, and we'll put a little clip or something out. We'll get a clip of y'all saying it's coming out.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for joining us today, girls.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much for having us.
Yep. Well, this has been the Nonsense Chronicles. Like and subscribe to Garbage Girlfriend stuff, and
Do it.
Give us a little love, and we are out of here.
Later.